Shed more light is Bosede Abel. Bose, you're welcome to the Correspondents.
Thank you very much, Zenra. It's good to be here.
Okay, so let's start. Initially, when the cashless policy started, from your experiences on the field, how do you think Nigerians took the policy?
Well, I would say it was quite an experience for both the federal government, the financial institutions, and the citizens. The cashless policy did not take Nigerians by surprise. It came with the initiation of NAIRA redesign, and with the excess cash in circulation, about 3.2 trillion naira, the Apex Bank try as much as possible to see how they can, mop up these monies at least that will help the economy to function better. So when the new NAIRA redesign came to play, Nigerians were advised to deposit their old notes back to the deposit money banks, so we can have access to the new NAIRA design. They didn't know it will turn out the way it actually played out. So everybody, most people, with the excitement that, okay, there is new NAIRA, in circulation, people were so eager and, desperate to get the new NAIRA notes, the 500, the 1,000 and the 200. So everybody tried as much as possible to deposit their old NAIRA notes back, into their account, just to discover that it didn't now work out the way they thought it would. Trust Nigerians, when it started at first, the new notes were kind of limited. You go to the bank. CBN actually brought a policy, said individual accounts will have access to 100,000 per day. Then for a week, you could only withdraw 500,000, while for corporate accounts, you could access 5 million naira in a week. So this was something that didn't get down well with Nigerians. They're like, why would such policy come to play when, this is our money, and why can't we have access to any amount we need? Why would somebody be telling us what to do with our money? But this also brought the cashless policy, that was introduced into the system, at least to help the economy bounce, because there are so many mediums for Nigerians to access their funds, not just the actual cash in hand that they were trying to control.
Okay, Bosse, talking about that, other platforms, when time came that access to cash became almost impossible for most Nigerians, what were some of those alternatives that were used? And how were Nigerians able to surmount the challenges with e-transactions?
Okay, it was another stage of experience for Nigerians and also the financial institutions. Nigerians saw it as something new, because if you go to the market today, most traders, business people are fond of, having cash at hand to transact their business. But when this policy came to play, most Nigerians had to start all over from the scratch to use the e-platform, the mobile app, the e-NAIRA, and the automated teller machines, that's the ATM machines, and so on. It wasn't easy, especially for those market women, the market people, those petty traders. By the time you want to get something, a commodity for 5 naira, 10 naira, 20 naira, and they will tell you some people are unbanked. So most people will tell you, I don't have an account, so how do we do this transaction? So, but at the end of the day, I was frequenting marketplaces, business organizations, and I noticed that when it became so hard, on Nigerians, they had no choice but to fall back on the e-transactions, that's the electronic mode of transacting business. So most people were able, those that have the Android phones, they were able to download some of their banking apps. Some that didn't have, they learned how to do the transactions via the ATMs. Then some were able to also make use of the NAIRA wallet. So these were some of the e-payments that that now became frequent for transaction, but not without their own challenges as well. You know, with the cashless policy, no money at hand and so on, the traffic on the e-platform became so much that most times people complained that after making their transactions, their money get to hang somehow. It takes like 2 to 3 days. There's this particular lady I met at the market, you know, she's into food stuff. She said when the thing started, she said when some of the customers that came to that patronized her for like 3 days to a week or thereabout, she couldn't access her money because of the poor network as at that point in time. So that was the challenge, major challenge that affected the e-platform, because due to the traffic, less cash, then the electronic platform, the traffic was also causing problem in transactions as well.
Okay, thank you so much, Bose, for finding time to share also, your thoughts with us on the program.
I want to add, but right now the situation has changed with the reintroduction of the old Naira notes. That's the 500 and 1,000 Naira that came later. That was after the 200 Naira. Things are so more relaxed now, no pressure. People can access their money at ATM, spot, POS, and so on. So, but I now notice that most market women, especially petty traders, have now adjusted. They've adopted the method of transacting their business. You go to buy something, tomato and the rest, and they tell you, okay, do you have an ATM card? If you don't have, they'll tell you, okay, can you just do the transfer via my mobile app? And people have now adjusted to the system, and at least I think the policy, the aim of CBN, you know, to get us into the cashless policy system, I think to some extent has been achieved so far.
Okay. Thank you so much, Bose, for coming to share your insight on the correspondence.
Thank you very much.